Okay, let's move on to new pastures, guys. For the interest of time, let's talk about Manchester United in free fall. Not doing well, losing games left and right. The games that they are winning, they're playing poorly. It's on the brilliance
that
of
Carabao.
Bruno Fernandes or someone who comes up. None of the attacking players are scoring goals. Rashford is the only player in the attack in like Manchester United's 6 primary forward players. Marcus Rashford has a goal and an assist. Everyone else, nothing other than like.
I've got a question. It came to me when I was watching that game against Manchester City. Marco, would you prefer Rashford coming from the left, or would you prefer him as a number 10? Because he was coming from the left in that game, and I did not see him as effective as he would when I think he's more creative when he's playing that free role, you know.
So I think that it's a silly discussion to have right now when you can't even see a system at Manchester United. Nothing seems to be clicking at all anywhere. I think Marcus Rashford has proven time and time again. You try to play him at 9, you try to play him at 10, you try to play him at 7, right wing, and it doesn't work. His best position is on the left wing. Now, because he's uninfluential at the moment, it's just a sign of how poor the team is and how poor his form is. He's in poor form. His confidence is through the floor. His pace isn't there. His movement isn't there. He's not reading the game well at all. So it doesn't matter where he plays. He's going to play poorly at the moment until the club sorts out their issues.
The leaking roof.
Yeah.
I've got a question. It's in twofold.
Yeah.
The current the situation at Manchester United right now.
Yeah.
Right. Would it change if a new coach came in with the same players, or would it change if the coach stayed, an 11 player or a new squad comes in?
So Gift Real G says on YouTube, no one manager can solve Man United's issues. Firing the coach won't help. The club structure needs a revamp. #Glazers out. I couldn't agree with a single statement anymore.
You know, I heard something very interesting in one of the shows that I was listening to. And a point was made that Manchester United are going through a traumatic phase.
Okay.
They became traumatized with the departure of, say, Alex Ferguson. Because ever since that happened, they have not been the same team since. Now, they need to go to the gutters like Arsenal did, like Chelsea in a way, kind of like are doing.
Yeah.
Who else has gone to the gutters? Like Spurs is doing, but that Spurs was never really a top tier team kind of vibes. Like they're just there and thereabout. They need to go to the gutters. Unfortunately, they cannot afford to go to the gutters because they are Manchester United.
Yeah.
Are they not in the gutter in a sense that this is Man United we're talking about?
They're playing in the Champions League.
Yeah,
So,
because for
gutters,
what they have achieved in the past and where they are,
Yes.
we would say that's a gutter.
No, so gutters in a sense that, okay, like it's
I mean, like a rebuild.
no expectations, no expectations
But
of
Man
the
U
team.
supporters will never
Like,
allow that.
Hope is not the season must not start and then you're like, you're top 4, Man United there and thereabout.
But I agree with what you're saying, and I get what you're saying completely, is that you saying Man United fans will never allow that. If it stays the way it is, this like sort of pivoting
Dilly-dallying.
little point here, it's going to stay like this for 20 years.
True.
If we went through worse times now and everything fell apart and it was all burnt to the ground and you have to start fresh again, you have a better chance of being back on top in a shorter period of time.
Because you are
I agree, but that would mean that it's going to be an
do you
audacious
start there?
decision that
You
is
start by
coming from
Glazers
management.
out.
100%, the most important thing to happen for Manchester United is for the Glazers to either leave completely or for this 25% takeover with Sir Jim Ratcliffe to come in and for him to completely take over football operations, and the Glazers can be responsible for only the commercial operations of the club. The Glazers, actually, in saying that, are very good at the commercial side of the club. The club generates record revenues.
but they still have debt.
They have debt, and the Glazers have brought that debt, but they create a good revenue stream for the club. So if they can stop creating more debt, if they can start winning football games, stop buying players like Anthony that you spend 100 million
You don't like
on.
Anthony, we know that.
I'll pay another 100 million to just get rid of
Yeah.
him.
Wow. Anthony
doesn't
thinks,
like Anthony at all.
thinks he's a Fav de Klerk, but in football.
You remember what I said about about Anthony?
What did you say?
when I think episode 3 or something.
Oh, his violent nature thing on some
look, he's never gonna be
not feisty.
Yeah.
The anger issues type of vibes.
Did you see him against
City when
City?
was it Akanji? No, it was not
Doku.
Akanji. It was Doku. Yes.
Because he sent me to fetch a hot dog there, and he did not like it.
He's like,
So what
he
do we
wanted
say
to
about them
fight.
being on the road to Fulham?
So let's go there.
Yeah.
First of all, I've got a
Lunchtime.
very key stat for that.
But it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime. And in the last 32 Premier League Saturday 12:30 p.m. kickoffs, 23 of those have produced under 2.5 goals.
Okay.
Okay.
Manchester United are in free fall. Fulham are shy of goals, so they won't cause Man United too many problems. There is no goals in this game. There's well, I won't say no, but there's very few goals. No, this is going to be 1-0, 1-1 max. There's 2 goals in this game max, and that's what I would put my money on as a bet.
1-0 to Fulham.
You might make some money there, but I wouldn't bet. But maybe.
So you
I
say
wouldn't bet on
the
Man United
cottages are
either.
going to come
Yeah,
and
neither
show?
would I. That's
Yeah.
my bet would be 2.5 goals, under 2.5 goals.
I see both of them
No
scoring.
team under 2.5 goals. Just choosing a total number of goals scored.
Just on the United issue. Sorry, I actually wanted to mention this earlier on. And speaking about Erik ten Hag, if you look at his coaching resume, what's the biggest team that he's ever coached?
Ajax.
Well,
Where he
and
comes
being
from.
a first team isn't like a thingy at Bayern does not really count. The stature of Ajax versus Man United, the stature, if you look at both teams,
Okay.
which one is bigger?
Manchester United, but that's because they're bigger than any club on the planet.
Of course.
So
They're a big team.
do you now understand over and above him just not having the right players, or maybe having the right players and not knowing how to utilize them?
He's responsible for his players.
But half of them are not bought by him, though.
That's
apparently.
relevant. I need
Well, how
he's
many
at
could
the
you have
helm.
bought for 100 million that you
Exactly.
spent on Anthony?
Can get 2 decent
Antonio.
players.
Brighton have spent less than that on their entire transfer budget. Their team doesn't seem too bad.
Even Ansu, yes.
Would you say is a manager that is battling to manage characters within the club?
Characters and big
Can
teams. yes.
I be honest of
Yes.
what's
Characters
going
in a big
on?
team, yes.
Can I be honest with what's going on? There is no commitment to that club because the club has no commitment to that club. There is nothing you can do. There are no players you can bring in. There is no manager that's going to come there and fix the problems in that club. It
But-
needs to be fixed at the top.
The roof is
Yes.
leaking.
Kaiser Chiefs can buy whatever players they want. They can bring in any manager they want. Manchester United can get any manager they want, can bring any players that they want.
But don't you think
until
that-
there's
yeah.
problems fixed at the club's level above that, above sporting level, they will continue to have problems.
But don't you think there's also he could have a challenge in the changing room? Because I mean, he's had that head-to-head situation. It happened with Ronaldo, and he was able to win. And then we're having the same situation now, something similar with Sancho. Don't you think that sometimes there is some type of a bit of some beef between himself as well as the guys in the changing room?
I don't mind that. So Alex
Yeah.
Ferguson used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Roy Keane was one of the best midfielders in Premier League history, and he was the captain of the club. They had a fight with each other. He was playing at Celtic 2 weeks later.
That's what I'm saying. He's
David
not
Beckham-
managing the characters well.
David Beckham was caught in photos at Harrods with Victoria Beckham. Next thing, he's getting shipped off to other clubs.
Look, and I think, to be fair, no insults to anybody. Number one, we are giving too much airtime to teams that really don't matter.
Sure. Sure.
Number two, problems at Man United are not necessarily Erik ten Hag. They start way at the top. And if the top is not inspirational, that trickles down to even the groundsman and the security guard there by Carrington. So unless the top is sorted out, nothing is going to happen at Manchester United.
No, we're agreeing with you.
And then number three, can we move on to other teams that actually take their football seriously?
Are you talking about Arsenal? Because I don't
What else is there?
think
they're
they
out of Carabao Cup.
They are.
and I don't think they're getting 3 points on this weekend either.
They're out of the Carabao Cup, and I repeat this because Arsenal are responsible. You know?
Wow.
Oh, so tomorrow night's more important. So you lost to West Ham on purpose so that you can play Newcastle tomorrow.
No, Arsenal like looking after the environment. That's why they don't do plastic.
Oh, wow.
Say something about City.
Like Man United, like City.
Say something about City.
Like Tottenham Hotspur.
They must just win the league, man.
Tottenham Hotspur would
They can't
love,
run up. They can't be runners up
Tottenham
again.
Hotspur would love a plastic trophy, and Arsenal would love any trophy as well. It's been a long time, Len.
Yeah, we've won an FA recently. We've got another plastic. That's why we don't want too much plastic. I mean, we've got the Community Shield. Plastic. We don't want too much plastic, man.
Let's move.
Okay, Arsenal versus Newcastle, 7:30. What are your picks for that one? Let me give you the odds. Odds are slightly favor Arsenal.
Of course.
2.8 versus 2.55.
But Newcastle
That's
coming
very
from the
close.
confident win against Man
And at home.
City.
United, yeah.
And they are playing home, so that might give them some type of, exhilaration.
Hey, Arsenal's
so,
a different animal to Man United, right?
Yeah.
Are teams looking at Man United and getting confident after beating them?
Yes.
It's like ticking a
it's
box.
still Man
that thing.
United though.
Wow, like leave United alone,
Ticking a
dog.
box. But on the Arsenal Newcastle game, going to St. James's Park is going to the gutters. Or going to Saudi Arabia. I mean, sorry, it's a tough place to go to.
Playing in the desert. On the-
Scorching hot.
Piping.
It's and Arsenal will know. It was a 0-0 draw. Newcastle were they were. I don't want to say they were playing dirty, but it was not a very. Newcastle knew they were very intentional last season when they played Arsenal at St. James's Park. The same was the case the season before when Newcastle played Arsenal at St. James's. They were one of the teams that actually sort of like blocked the path for Arsenal to actually make the Champions League the 2 seasons ago. So it's a tough place to go to.
So you don't want to put it in your multi-bet, hey?
No,
you don't want to ruin your whole multi-bet saying Arsenal's going to beat Newcastle at St. James's Park.
put it in my multi-bet and I will go for a Newcastle win.
A Newcastle win
Interesting.
at home against Arsenal.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Yeah, my man.
In a multi-bet.
Yes. Newcastle win at home.
Okay. Don't
Okay.
have money.
Just
I
by the way-
respect you, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, did you ask me as a football person or did you ask me as an Arsenal fan?
I'm asking you what you're doing. I'm asking
With
you.
your Betway app.
I'm asking as your banker what you're doing with your money.
Okay, cool.
And just by
because
the
I
way-
want money.
Yeah.
Newcastle for a win.
Okay.
Okay,
I
and
agree
just by
with
the
you
way,
there.
Jesus is not going to be in. Party's also not in, and Timber, they all are injured. But I'm not seeing a serious injury situation at Arsenal.
I see goals.
Lots and lots of goals.
Because
and lots of
Newcastle are very good on the counter. Arsenal are going to have a lot of possession. I think Newcastle can hurt you on the break. And I think they're going to hurt Arsenal on the break. But I'm not.
And also, look, I mean, both teams are going to be they're going to be entirely changed come Saturday. A lot of the teams who were playing, they're fringe players.
The C team.
They C team and all of that. I mean, Newcastle made 8 changes. That shows you how bad United is. Newcastle made 8 changes to their squad
Yeah.
for the Carabao Cup.
Well, Manchester United also made a bunch of changes. I mean, Martial was up
And
front.
Isak is out, eh?
Yeah.
I think it's a long-term injury now.
That reminds me, guys. The Fantasy Premier League.
How are we doing?
I think I got 91.
I got it, yeah.
I got 7-2 the previous time.
Yeah,
Guys,
I think
Where you
please bring it
standing,
up
Marco?
because I don't know. I haven't checked.
you're so far down.
I still have Isak in my side from the first weekend. So, it's, yeah.
I mean, I rocked. I was on fire, boy.
I'm 158.
So who's actually leading? Is it you, Super Sub?
Inter
Probably
Uppington,
Inter
FC,
Uppington,
Malcolm Yankees. Well done, sure.
Related.
660.
Nice one.
And only 1 point behind is Nkunku Lunkulu.
Yeah, Zitle.
Speaking of Nkunku.
Kaya Ndlovu.
Who's with Nkunku?
Speaking of Nkunku,
It's a club name.
Christopher Nkunku from Chelsea.
No.
Oh.
I'm just remembering because of. Did you see Mohamed Kudus goal
No, I didn't.
against Arsenal? Ooh, what a beauty!
Can we talk about Borussia and Bayern?
Very quickly.
Well, we're gonna get there.
No, let's go there.
Oh,
Let's go
no
there now.
time. I thought
We're
you were
running
gonna
out of
go-
time.
I thought we were gonna go through the top 5 in the
Top 5, I'll mention them quickly.
Okay.
Mohale Lem at number 3, Beds United FC.
Okay.
Nice.
And then number 4, it's Rinderani Larumbe. Black Mamba, he's been number 1 at some point. I remember his name.
Okay.
And then number 5 is Tembi Lendava, Stash FC.
Nice.
I'm number 77.
Not
Okay.
bad.
At least I'm in the-
You far,
Okay.
hey, I'm further than I'm above Marco. That's all that counts.
You're
Okay,
gonna get a
going over to
plastic cup.
YouTube. Mpendulo.
Pendulo, yeah.
Your Marco for once spoke some truth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. At least I give you once. Sometimes it happens.